everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So first up, as always, I'm just going in with the Garnier Micellar Water just on a cotton pad and just putting that all over the face just to ensure that it's nice and clean before moisturizing. Then for moisturizer, I'm just using this REN one. It's just like a daily moisturizer, and I'm just popping that all over her face. Then I wait at least 2 to 3 minutes for the moisturizer to really seep into the skin before priming. And then for primer, I'm using the Too Faced Hangover Primer just because Jade said that she has like drier skin. So I find that this primer is really, really hydrating for clients with dry skin. So I'm just putting that all over her face. For foundation, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay, and I'm mixing that with a little bit of the Becca Shimmering Liquid Skin Perfector. I always mix this in with foundation. It just makes the face look really nice and radiant and glowy. So I'm unsure of the shade that I use, but I'll leave it listed down below. I'm pretty sure it was like Light Honey or something like that. But I'm just dotting it all over her face first and then blending it all in with a damp beauty blender. Then taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pro Brow Palette, I'm taking the shade Taupe or Taupe. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but every time I pronounce it, everyone's like, oh my god, you say that word so funny, but I just don't know how to pronounce some words. So I'm just using that on my PONi Cosmetics eyebrow brush and just filling in and shaping her brows.
Say it like that. If I hate you, then find someone new. Baby, but you know I never will. No, so I choke you down just like a pill.
Then I'm just taking some Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light and just using that on a concealer brush and just using that to define and shape the brows. Then taking the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer again in the shade Light and just using that underneath her eyes to conceal and highlight. Then I go ahead to blend it all out with a damp beauty blender. Then I go ahead and place it on her chin, Cupid's bow down the bridge of her nose, and a bit on her forehead, and also blend that out. Then to ensure the concealer doesn't crease, I'm just taking the Mercier translucent powder and using that to bake her under eye area, and I'm just using that on a damp beauty blender. Then taking the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Medium Plus. I've been using this a few times. I like it, but it doesn't add coverage like the Australis powder. So if I feel like the client needs a bit more coverage, I'll use the Australis. But if I'm happy with the coverage, I use this because it just simply sets the makeup in place. So I'm just placing that all over her face. Then I'm just placing a little bit more of the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in light on her eyelids just to prep and prime them for eyeshadow. And then of course setting them in place just with some more of the translucent powder. And then to also set the brows, I'm taking the Benefit Gimme Brow. This one's in the shade Blonde, I'm pretty sure, and just running that through her brows. Then taking the Morphe Brushes 35N palette, which is stunning by the way, it's all matte. And I'm taking that first shade there as a transition shade and just popping that into the crease, just using windscreen wiper motions, and yeah. Then taking this really warm sort of browny orange shade and using that in the crease as well, just to give it a little bit more definition. Then taking the Urban Decay Half Baked Single Eyeshadow, legit my favorite gold eyeshadow ever. Just wetted the brush with a little bit of Fix Plus first, and I'm just placing that all over the lid. And then I'm taking the bottom left brown shade and just using that to define the outer corners. Then I'm just wiping away the excess translucent powder from the bake underneath her eyes, just with a really not dense brush. I feel like when I use a dense brush, it just kind of like, I don't know, takes off the concealer underneath, but this is like a really, really fluffy brush. So just a little tip. Then taking this really gorgeous reddish brown shade and also using that just on the outer corners of her eyes just to make it a little bit more smoky. Then I'm just taking a little bit of translucent powder on an angled wedge and just using that to sharpen up the sides of the eyeshadow. I don't like to use concealer because I've already powdered the face and it'll just sit really funny, so I just like to use a translucent powder for this. Then I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Waterproof Cream color in the shade Jet, which is just a black, and I'm going to go ahead and do the wing. So I just do a line straight across first and then brush off the excess powder from either side of her eyes, and then I go ahead and do the wing. Then taking the Benefit Their Real Mascara just on a disposable mascara wand and really generously coating her top and bottom lashes in preparation for false lashes. I'm just going to use the Model Rock 212. I always use these for dramatic looks like this. So yeah. Now back onto face, I'm taking the gorgeous Hourglass. I'm pretty sure this is called like the Surreal Lighting Ambient palette or something, but I'll leave it listed down below anyways. I'm just taking the bronzer out of the palette just on a angled brush and just using that to warm up her face. Then taking my Bay Hoola bronzer and just using that to contour her face, just popping that in the same areas that I used for the bronzer. Then taking the Mercier translucent powder again and just using that to bake her contour to make it a little bit more defined. Then I'm taking the blush out of the Surreal Ambient Lighting palette from Hourglass again and just using that on her cheeks. And then I'm going in with the MAC. Oh my god, this is like one of the Nutcracker highlighters for the holiday edition. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure this one's actually called Whisper of Guilt, but I'm obsessed. I bought both of them. I didn't realize they were $70 each, but oh my god, they're so pretty. I'm obsessed. So just placing that on the highest points of her cheeks and Cupid's bow, and then a little bit on the tip of her nose and the bridge of her nose. Then going in with the same transition color, I just realized it looks a lot lighter on camera. It's a little bit more deeper, kind of similar to Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek. I'm just going to use those colors that we used in the crease earlier down on the lower lash line, and then just taking the Whisper of Guilt out of the MAC highlighter and just highlighting her inner corners. Oh my god, love. And then I'm just wiping off the excess powder from the bake as well. Then I'm just lightly contouring her nose just with the Hoola bronzer. If you like watch my videos, you know I'm not really much of a nose contour fan, but obviously if the client requests it, then I do it. But otherwise, I just like to lightly sweep some bronzer on both sides. And then I'm just going in with some mascara again, just on her lower lashes. And then to line her lips, I'm using actually this Loreal lip liner. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll definitely leave it down below for you guys. It's really pigmented. I've had it for ages, and I always use it when I use like berry lipsticks like this. So yeah, I'm just using that to line her lips. Then for lipstick, I'm taking one of the new SmashBox Be Legendary matte lipsticks. This one's in the shade Made It Matte, and oh my god, these are so comfortable to wear. Considering the finish is matte, they are so creamy and pigmented. I'm obsessed. I've tried some of the nude shades, but yeah, love the formula of these. So obviously, I'm just filling in her lips. Then I'm taking the Urban Decay De-Slick setting spray and just spraying that all over her face, and that is the final look done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and if you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up for me and subscribe to my channel for more videos, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.